Yeah, just bear with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, welcome to the second day of 8 Merit Open Montenegro Grand Prix. We are resuming our Master and Intermediate flights. Last night, as you know, we started with the undefeated brackets. We passed one round.
Cameras are on.
Now we
We can play now, yeah.
with a new round in undefeated
Okay, I leave this
brackets.
meeting, so you're on it. Yeah.
Second chance is
Okay.
about to begin. In undefeated, Masters, we play for 13 points, and in intermediate, match length is 11. In second chance of Masters, we are playing till 9 points, and in intermediate second chance, match length is 7. Clocks are preference in both undefeated and second chance brackets of Masters. So if one side wants to play with the clock, you have to come get one from our desk and
Well,
use the
good
clock in the match.
afternoon.
And in intermediates,
This is
both undefeated and second chance
I'm
brackets.
going to assume
Clocks are optional, which means both sides have to agree in order to bring the clock.
Today
Then
is a
intermediate match.
second round match between
13 pointers,
and
that's the Masters
it's going to
undefeated.
be on the
We
bottom
allow
and
2
Harold
points
Brady
each
on
for
top.
both sides.
And coming
And
from
in all the
Buff,
rest,
and I think there are
11
77 players.
pointers, 9 pointers, 7 pointers.
So a lot of people
We allow only One
And
break
some notable
for each
players were there. I
side.
was looking on the stream. We've got
As
Mislav
always, our pairings are
Kovacic there.
posted on our
Cheeman went.
notification wall together with the table numbers, so we
Some
kindly
other
ask all
players who I'm
participants
familiar
to
with
check
and
their
not so well
numbers
known,
to
like
their tables
Christian
that they
Kozniak
leave.
from Croatia. Michal Lemota
And
is
you can
there.
start as soon as your opponent arrives.
The usual
For
suspects.
absent players, I remind you, our penalty point
Brandon Melton, the
regulation
world
is
champions there,
15
was
minutes
interviewed
grace
on British
period
Radio 5, I think, this morning.
and one penalty point.
So they've started. I
For
wish I had some
each
boards on,
additional
but I
5
don't.
minutes
And I
until we
think it's
reach
a
halfway
13-point
of
match, but I
match
can't
time.
see because my screen is cut.
First penalty point will be assigned
Anyway,
at
so
20 past 1. Thanks for your patience. Wishing you a very successful day.
So-
Thank you.
Harold splits with a 6-4, gets hit back, comes in with 1, so he's immediately Abdullah's got a little advantage. He's going to pick and pass and put 2 men on the bar. And that will be very close. If he just comes in with a 5-1, say, okay, that's definitely going to be a cube. And this could be, I get the sense that Harold could be passing this. I mean, I wouldn't pass this, I don't think, unless I look at it for longer and find something I really don't like about the position. I mean, I'm not happy to be in the air, 2 on the bar. Okay, so he just takes. Very nice. 3-1's going to make, so we're just going to try and complete a blitz and win 4 points. Hope that our opponent, when our opponent comes in, we can't really hope that he doesn't come in, but he doesn't come in at all. Hope that our opponent, when he does come in, that we can just hit him loose. Anyway, well, we're just sorting out some of the maybe the audio is a bit low, but hopefully not. Okay, so we can go back to the board now, and 5 point is now filled. 2 point, sorry, 5 point was filled. 2 points now filled. So we just want to hit back, but this is ideal. This is better than we expected to point on him on the 4 point, and usually we can hope to close out, but 3 is obviously very good. 4-2 just has to bring builders down. I think you really need to go all out. I wouldn't split to the 22. I don't think that's as important as bringing the checker down to the 11 point, which gives you 8s to hit loose. Very, very important to hit loose on the open point there. He wouldn't have been able to anyway. So again, perhaps you just bring 2 down. The really sad thing is when the opponent makes the 22 point, what you want to think about is where you want the checkers in both instances, where he makes a 22 point and where he doesn't. I suppose what you're really catering for is the first instance where he makes the 22 point, and you don't want to be stuck with your checkers in unfriendly places. So if you're thinking about, oh, my opponent's going to make the 22, perhaps you could just run to the 13 point. That's a possibility, just leaving no extraneous blots. Interestingly, he's really thinking about this. So he's obviously thinking about 13-8, isn't he? Is he going to hit back with something like 3-5? So no dice on checker. I wonder if people can hear me. I can't see any chat, so I don't really know what's going on yet. But maybe I will try and get some chat up. So there we go. He makes the 22. Where did you want the checkers? Oh, he got hit. Sorry, I lost track a little bit. So that's a nice entering number, making the 8 point. But in any case, Black's gained a huge amount of winning chances by coming in. He's just going to have to hit twice. It's really ugly. We don't want to make a play where you put checkers in positions that you don't want them on, but you don't have an alternative. You could try getting away with 13-8-7-5. If you get missed, you'd probably be kind of happy because you put the checkers where you want, but you're not going to be able to do that. So it's just, maybe it's helpful to know, to have a sense that you don't really want to hit, which is arguable, I guess, but that's what I would say, and have a sense that you have to do it because there's nothing else that you can do that is reasonable. So I'm going to try and get the chat up, see if anyone's watching. I hope you are. So he does do that. That seems really interesting. He does that, and that's on mute. That's perfect. I don't want to be able to. Suppose what you're really catering for is the. That's on mute. We've got James in the chat. So he did do the 5. He did make the 5-2. My God, my voice sounded. Well, let's just not say. Anyway, didn't get hit. Double 1 is going to come up, make the 13 point. So if I can, what I need to do is pull the chat out. So we've got a delay here. Pop out the chat. Lovely. And already this game has swung back. And Abdullah just needs a little 4-5. Oh, hello. What was that? Little 5-4 gets him right out, gets him out of trouble. Double 5 just makes the 3-point heavy, I think. So you want to leave the midpoint there. And he's going to put another one on the. You don't want to put a checker on the ace point because there could be shots. Maybe. I think there can be. Well, there can be indirect shots for sure. So he's just going to play 13-3. Anyone else want to say hi? Hello. It's my birthday. It's not really my birthday. So British players, I don't know if that's a bit of bias. We've got Will Cockrell, we've got Miranda Moulton. I think so. This is a second round match. Is it a 13-pointer? I'm assuming it is. We're always 13. So he does do that, puts the third checker on the 3-point. That's what we like. That's a very nice roll. But the crunch time is going to come. If red really wants black to roll a 6 here, which he doesn't, because then he'd have to do something, break the mid, most likely. Red's 2-1 is acceptable, I guess. Again, we want, as red, black 2, we want Harald to break the 6-point, the 13-point. So I think he's just going to have to break the mid, and then it's likely that red's going to roll a 6-2, leave indirect shots. He's not going to clear the 8-point. 3-1 is a bad number. I think you just have to clear the. Oh no, you can play 13-12, 13-10. You could clear the 5-point. Is that a contender? I wonder. He doesn't think so. He doesn't think so. This leaves 7s and 9s. It's a lot of shots. Okay, but I'm guessing, if I didn't have time to look at it, I'm guessing that clearing the 5 is not. Okay, well, you're just going to roll the 1, so he doesn't mind leaving the 7s and 9s. And with those blots out there, it's very gammonish, but he has to roll the 6 or roll a 5-4 or a 5-1, 3-2. Probably would hit. He's just going to do it. But it's a 5-point board. You get hit back. It's like gammons. Gammons are on. Okay, so I think I would hit anyway. I would have taken a little bit more time about it. Double 4 is just going to clear the 6. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. And anything really. 4-3. Okay, still okay because our opponent's got 2 on the bar. But if he comes in with 1, we're a bit annoyed or a bit worried, maybe not annoyed, maybe a little bit more worried. Depends what your frame of mind is. 5-4, okay, doesn't play. Now he's going to come in a little 5-2, a little 5. And he's not. I feel another 5 is coming. Okay, just manages to hold the 4-point board. Just manages. What's he going to do? Whoa, my God. Okay, I'm sure Abdullah really feels he deserves a 6 here. He doesn't get a 6, but he doesn't crunch the board anymore. And I'm sure that Harold really feels he deserves a 6, but he doesn't get one. What's that? What? Oh, there's a ruling. The dice cup thingy came off. I was initially confused. It looked like one of those halo lights that you use to when you're doing Instagram reels. Okay, so I don't know if they're seriously. I think they're just. I've got no board audio, so presumably that roll. There's no reason why that roll wouldn't stand. And there is the 6. Okay. So only really 2 in is going to halt this 1 in probably not enough. We're gonna pick up with 3s and 5s. We're gonna, oh my god, that's gonna leave a shot. But yeah, I wouldn't take that roll. I guess leaving a shot is very bad. Is very bad. But it looks like it's gonna be 4-0. 4-0. See, I don't have the board camera at all. I haven't seen Harold for ages. I do remember that he won I think he won Merit in 2019, the main Merit tournament. I think a year after I was there, I only went once. But he's looking pretty good. I like the jacket. I like that. I don't know what you call that kind of Star Trek collar. Abdullah, I played years ago in a online tournament that Arda actually brainchild of good Arda. And thank you, big thanks to Arda. Arda is, if it wasn't for Arda allowing me the opportunity to commentate, big thanks to Matthew, I like to call him. Okay, so it's going to be 4-0. It is a 13-point match. Yeah, the players look pretty poised. Mata in the background in his yellow cap. Where are we? Hard to get some chat. To get like one more little sort of high, just a high. Maybe just an H. Someone just put an H in the chat. Okay, so Abdullah brings it home 4 and eventually rolled the 6. That's what it all came down to. I'm not sure about his 3-1. I haven't got XG. I was going to like transcribe at the same time, but I'm far too old to do that. Can't be bothered. Again, I wish if Mata is watching, I can only see like a little bit of the board. I mean, it's cut off. I want to know what they're saying to each other. Okay, it's just about the dice. I see. I'm assuming that these dice are Harold's and then or the other way around, and Abdullah wants to use one of his own, but he doesn't have one of his own or something like that. Harold's saying, yeah, I used these back in 1983 in they're still talking about something. They're still talking about something. Greetings from, it's hi Mesam. How are you? Thank you for saying hi. That's wonderful. What a comment. That was a lot more than just a hi. A lot more. I don't know what they're talking about. What? Hello, Bakar. How are you? Surprised? Yeah, you won this in 2019, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I don't know why. Nothing's happening. I'm assuming it's something to do with dice. So we're back, I think, are we? Second round match, Abdullah playing red checks on the bottom. He's leading 4-0. He just gammoned Harold on a 2-cube. I don't have any sounds. I'm trying to work out what. This can't be that many things that people talk about at this point in a backgammon match, but I can't work it out without sound. Don't think it could be anything to do with that thing that fell off the dice card? Any ideas? See, I don't have sound. I'm not watching the stream, so I'm not listening to them, but your stream is a little bit delayed. And okay. So there was a red die, I think. I can't really remember. Okay, it still is. So have they changed dice? I don't know. 6-1, make the ball. Double one perfect roll. You don't do that. I don't think. Much more valuable to make the bar close off the. I'm interested. Strange way he did that. I think you have to make the 4 point now. I wouldn't bet on it. I probably wouldn't do that, but that's not too bad. It doesn't leave shots. So if he goes rolls of 5 now, you're probably quite happy. Double 3 amazing makes the bar. Double 2 amazing just comes out. Is exactly what you wanted. Mate has fixed. Mate has fixed the board. That's beautiful. Um, 5-1. Did he roll a 5-1? Come out. Well, how many checkers did he have on the 7? I think only 3 before the roll. 5-1. No reason to do anything silly. I thought it was a 5-1. Okay, 5-2. I would do that. Yes, of course. 6-5 looks okay. Played it really quickly. There are a lot of Bildanos bearing down on him there. I don't know if I would have done that so quickly. I mean, positionally, it looked absolutely right. You've got to get out of there. Don't really want to play 2 down, but okay. Anyway, so those 2, and then he's going to hit and just bring the last one in the 4, and that'll be it. Unless you want to make the 4. I didn't see. To be honest, it's a possibility. I've looked at it too quickly, but a return double 3, that's just another one. He's definitely going to play 7-4 with one of them. But he's going to make the 5 point. It's like almost symmetrical. The 5-2 has to hit. I mean, so at least it's an easy choice. No doubling yet, even though Harald has got 3 men back. 1-6 probably just comes out. But I'm not 100% sure. What I'd be worried about playing 11-5 is that the guy makes the 3 point and then, okay, but then I've got good 5s, 4s, 3s, and 2s to point on the loose checker on the 2 point, assuming it's still there. How would 3-2? 3-2 would have missed, I'm thinking. But anyway, he's still okay. No dice on checker. 1-3 is going to double hit. Okay, I mean, even against a 4 point board, well, he's leading 4-0. That's the one thing that might stop him cubing. So I was about to say, even that against a 4 point board, no. There's some logic in that, but I think you just need the time to come out, which means you need to put 2 checkers on the bar, even though, okay, that's not legal. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, my brain's going a bit funny. So if this is the position with a 3 to play, I'm pretty sure it's right to hit. But he's thinking about it. It's always nice when players slow down a little bit and think about stuff. So he's coming with a 1, he's hit, he's got a 3 to play. I just think the semi-deadness of the checker on the 4 point is another reason why I know that you have a 4 point board. I understand that. You're leading 4-0. Maybe the fact you're leading 4-0 could point towards a safe play. It's going to be painful to keep contradicting myself. This is not going to be strong enough to double, even at 0-0. 3-1's just going to make the 1, or You'd love to step up, but you can't. So yeah, of course you can make the 2. I think I would just make the 1 to get better checker distribution. Interesting. So this rips a what? So what we're looking at is that takes a checker off the 6 point. What numbers would you be able to play with that checker on the 6 point? That's there allow you to play. Well, it would have allowed you to play 4s and 5s, but you've got a 5 from the 7 point. So there's a 5-4. That's one of the numbers. I think if you kept the checker on the 6 point, you'd have been better off. So Harold can certainly, is he stopping? He is. Okay. He can certainly think about it being 4-0 down. It doesn't look like he's got that much of an advantage, but obviously he's got 1s and 10s to hit. I wouldn't cube this even at this score. I mean, it looks a bit wild. But if you roll a 1, you see 4-2 is just going to have to, really ugly. Looks like he's going to have to keep the checker back on the 24 point, and it's vulnerable. He really wants to play 24-22 with the 2, but then the 4 would have to be 39. That leaves a direct shot. But then playing 13-11-39 leaves 6-2, 6-4, which is nasty. It's not duplicated in the 6-3 that hit points on the checker on the 1 point. But Abdullah, I think he's right. Okay, 6-4. Oh my God. Okay, so it's just going to be too good. Even at this score, massive roll. Unless he comes in, of course, and now it's not good enough, or it could be. I would like him just to take a little bit of time. This is such a juicy cube decision. You've got to think about it. Just see that black is cracking. So I don't think I would pass. Let's just put it that way. Double hit for sure. So you are about a minute and a half delayed. I definitely wouldn't pass. I'm now thinking, have I been a bit silly if I'm playing the red checkers? Have I been a bit rash keeping it? I don't think I have. I think I'm just going to double this as red. I think I am. So he's got to take. I mean, there's all sorts of disasters. Going to have to hit. I mean, the reason why you double, you're only leaving 1-5-3-5 as return shots. That can't be bad. The 1-4, and black is semi-dead now. So 4-0, I don't think even at 6-0, you wouldn't double that. You wouldn't not double that, whatever the right. What's he got? 4-3? That's... Oh, you can play 4-3. You can play 8-5, can't you? Leaving in direct. What's he done? He hasn't seen it? Yeah, so the double seems sensible. I mean, there seemed going by what happened on that sequence. Okay, 2-6, perfect roll. And now we're back in a lot of trouble as red. Leading 4-0. Okay, going to have to hit, which is not bad. You could clear the burr. You could certainly clear the bar. I think I'm going to clear the bar. Is that okay? So what could that be right? I'm a bit stumped by that. I'm not sure how that's even that bad. I would guess that if black comes in with lots of numbers, he can just keep his timing. Okay, so Harold isn't sure whether or not he played it legally, and I have no idea myself. If you play me, you can just make any sort of illegal play. I won't notice it. Never in a month of Sundays. Bakar thinks that that cube wasn't a double. I don't agree with that. I'm in disagreement. Okay, so keeping the bar looks like a bit dodgy now, but we didn't get to see 4-1. Okay, just about holds, but any 5 or 6, and black is in a very decent position. Can there be any kind of suggestion of recubing even if red doesn't leave a shot here because you're 4-0 down? I mean, we know we're going to be recubing when we get a double shot. That's for sure. So, okay, we know we're going to be recubing. I assume we're going to be passing, leading 4-0. Just simple pass, 4-0. I'm not losing a gammon at 4-0. My friend, I ain't losing no gammon at 4. You just pass this. Of course you pass. Could be a take though. could be a little takey take though. But I would pass. Becca, I don't think you're right about that cube not being a double. Such a tricky little game. Backgammon. Problem is, most moves are like so easy, and then you've got like a couple here and there. They're really difficult, and some cube decisions are difficult. Bit of a strange game. Not like chess where you have to think a lot of the time. 6-3 is going to split and come down. 5-1. This is a known position, but I don't remember. I think it's 24-13. It's stripping the mid. Doesn't seem right to do that, but you don't want to come under the gun, especially when you're leaving 4-2. Double five is going to make the 3-point. Very simple. It's an improvement, and it's a better improvement than anything else. So suppose he's thinking just, oh, I've got that block. What do I do? How do I? But you're not going to play. You could play like something disgusting, like 21-6, 7-2. Sort of trying to play safe. But 13-3 is the only play here. Very confident about that. Yeah, I'm pretty confident about that. But he's thinking, it's nice. I like it when people think. We can see our thinker. Can't obviously get into his head and know what he's thinking, but you can just see the little minute movements, and you get a sense of what's going on. It gives us a little bit of human, whatever the word is, human input or something. So he is making the 3-point. I do believe that's, I've said my bit. I've said my bit. 4-1 just makes the bar. So Black's heading the race. So Black's definitely wanting to escape more so than Red, because Red's kind of priming. No double by 0.195. Okay, well done. Guy when I play Shuek, Guy has his computer there, just walks off to, instead of putting the bet, walks off to the computer and comes back and says, oh, you lost the bet. You never actually see the position. Most of the time he puts the position in wrongly, but it's, oh, you lost the bet. 2-5, yeah, 13-11, 6-1. So Harold just wants to cover. That's perfect. I think I would just slot 8-5. Don't play 6-3. I wouldn't be sure about it. Difficult to cover the block if you play 8-5 though, but I would do it. So he does. Abdullah definitely wants to hit. Cool. Rolls a 4. 3-2 probably just make the 5-point, but okay. Harold could think about cubing, but there are so many numbers that don't make the 5. When you do make the 5, I don't think you've lost your market. So necessarily, or if you have, but not by very much. But he's kind of having a micro thing. That's going to have to play 21-11, so bring the checker all the way around from the back. It does duplicate 4s, which is a bonus. But it's funny, like you have these plays and you say, oh, it duplicates 4s, but it's only like by sheer fluke that it does. It's not like, oh, there you go. It duplicates 4s. What was the 4th one? He really went big there. He really went big. This is too good. Will he cube this? Don't think so. Good on you, mate. Good on you, mate. It's way too good, mate. 6-4's just making the 5. Don't hit. Yeah, you can hit that guy later. So the only thing that would save Harold is like, well, he just needs 2-3, maybe just a little 3-2 to. But there's a fan. 2-2, yeah, make 3-point better than hitting. Hit that guy later. And I don't know, it's hard to follow. 4-5 just comes all the way up to the 15, I think, but it's not going to be a big difference.
between the plays. It's hard to get a sense of, this is, I don't like doing this, but it could be okay. You know, people just underestimate just bring your checkers out. You're gonna make the board anyway. You don't need to like max out all your builders. So just play 24-15, get the guy out. Now you've got 5s, 6s and 1s to hit the guy. Harold hasn't done much in this game, really. He had a sniff. Okay, double 2. Oh my God. He's going to have to make the 11. Of course. And this is just a pass. Good cube action. Love to get a coffee. Are they going to have a break? So Harold is 9. I like to think he's not going to take. We know that. But maybe Abdullah, you're going to be a bit nervous. He's like, oh, maybe he's going to take. Maybe he's going to take. Okay, don't think there's going to be a break now. So 5-2, 8 away, 11 away. It's not really a score that's on my radar. Harold is, you probably don't want to, I think probably in his 70s. Looks great. Abdullah probably a little bit older than me. Gotta get some new blood into... Oh, something's happening on the stream. Mate's doing something. Anyway, so 5-2. Because Mate is just doing something with the stream. I lost the track of it, but 24-15 with the 6-3. So Black's escaped both checkers. So his position's the starting position, except he's taken 2 checkers from 24 and put them on the 15 point. 2-1 going to come up making the advanced anchor. Didn't really see the start, but anyway, 6-5 just to play 13-2. He does. There's a little bit of a glitch on the stream, which we apologise for. 6-5. We saw that he would play 22-11 very quickly with the 6-5 in the first game. Didn't count the race or anything. It doesn't look right to do it here. Looks like he's behind. Of course, we don't love our position as red, having 2 blocks in board. But what can we do? There's no alternative. That makes the 4. So 52, 82, 91, 21, 21, 30. So 1 for 44. So no, the race is very close, actually. Red could actually be... So maybe you should have run with the 6-5. Maybe you should have ran with the 6-5, 6-3, just play 13-4. She's ahead in the race. He's not going to... 114, 118. Got double 4. Bakasa's easy take for the... I don't think you could mean the cube where he was playing on. Anyway, double 4's going to take what a beautiful roll. It's close, getting close at 5-2 down. I suppose you're an odd number away, so you're never going to get that much from winning 2 points. In other words, your opponent's not going to be incentivized to pass and let you get to an even number of points away, because that's a good thing for you. 39, 54, 69, 24, 193, 107 for Black. He's going to cube 70, 70, 89, 104, 120. So it's 120. I don't know if that's a cube. Anyway, I'm making the 5. That's an absolute certainty. He's not. I don't see this play. I don't get this. Why you wouldn't just make the 5? I know you can bring the 3 down. And now I'm gonna. So making the 5 is not. It doesn't do everything, but I think you need to fill in that gap. You're whatever was it, 11 pips up before the roll, so you're gonna do like 19 pips up. There's no need to. Well, it's not actually need. I think you do need the 5 point for whatever damage it does to your position, which is not significant at all. But you do want to bring the checkers in from the back for sure, but at the cost of not making the 5, I doubt it. I also agree this is not an easy play. A lot of people might just make the 5 and And they might be right and just play 6-2 and think this is an easy play, but I don't think it necessarily is. You can even just play 13-7, 4-2. But then, okay, so he's going to play 4-2 with this one. Okay, but now again, looking at the position, how are our numbers going to play? Like sixes go either to the 5 point, the 2 point, or the 1 point. Unless we roll a 6-1, we're not going to be able to make the 5 point without leaving shots or double six. So very likely that this double 2 play was wrong, but can't be sure about it. 3-1. You should just make the you should just make the board just in case he gets a shot like here. So if he rolls a 6-2 and hits, these are small things, of course, because he has to roll the 6-2 to start with. Now he makes the board when it's less important because less likely to leave shots now. Double 4 just brings them in. And the last one is a bit of a donk, has to play 6-2. So if he rolls he just wants to make the his best chance of, so maybe just play 10-5, don't leave a block. Because there are shots coming. Feels like the match is not going to have any breaks. 5-4 just makes the ace. Okay, there's a shot. Didn't hit. I thought he was going to hit. $13 pips after 2-1. After play 21 or after 2-1? After 2-1. Well, anyway, Harold's going to be very happy. I mean, obviously everything's a swing, but massive swing to either be 7-2 down or 5-4 down. Or 6-5 up. What was that? A little bit of delay on the stream. There's the white thing. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like something about that and the dice. He's not a fan. There is some dice cup concern for sure. 6-5-1 doesn't save it. Okay, so double 2 or better. I don't think he's going to roll it though because dice cup's not. He doesn't. 5-4. Okay, new dice cup delivered by Marte.
And I fetched a new cup, and it was the same.
I'm not sure how good your picture is, but mine is
Normally I have my
glitching a little bit. Sorry about that.
but this time I left it at home. Yes, yes, that's true.
So pretty quick match actually, already 5-4. Harold's used a little bit more time. Oh yeah, he did use some time over. I can't remember the moves, but I do remember vaguely. Yeah, I do. It's one. Delighted to make the 18 point there. You are delighted. Or two, probably just, I think either 20, I get confused about this one. 22 and 9. Is this a third roller, fourth roller? I think it is 22 and 9. So he's made the bar point, so you don't really have that much incentive to make the 4 point. That, what does that do? It doesn't unstack. So it does get to your opponent's bar point. Okay, now you just make the 5 point. Or Don't think I would do that, but I wouldn't be 100% sure. Double six is forced. So actually, Abdullah's behind in the race, although he rolls a 4-2, which is it's glitching a little bit. So he makes the 4. Harold rolls 6-4, has to slot the 3 point. Yeah, I think Abdullah's slightly behind in the race. 3-1, he just makes the 5 just like that. Really quick. I suppose that Harold can't afford to leave shots. I think I'd prefer just, he makes the 1 point. I didn't see that, but I think I would have just played 13-6. I haven't really been able to count the race. So I don't think Abdullah wants to leave shots against a 4-point board, so he should play 13-9-8-6. I'm sure he will do, because it's just it's a kind of very visually, just seems like a nice play. 88, 106, 116, 122 for black. What's he rolled? 62. Yeah, I think he is up in the race, but he gets hit. 6 looks like it comes down. How many shots? This leaves 3-1, 2-1, double 1, which is 5 shots. He would have been hit. Not sure about that. Probably. Okay. Race looks close. 28 wins and 55, 79, 90, 107. Yeah, he's up. 83, 11, 115, 117. He's 10 pips up. So he's played that super fast. But he's right. He's got really good feel. He's just going to put it back, but then he's going to put it back again. The last one could be 6-2, actually. I sort of prefer 6-2. So the race is too close for there to be cube action, but I'm sure that Abdullah would be very happy to disengage. Harold's got checkers on the 1 and 2 points, so he's kind of wasting. So his pip count is artificially deflated. Should be a little bit higher. Not sure what's happened here. So, Abdullah rolled a 5-4. So Harold's counting again. 73, 90, 107 for Harold. 28, 44, 68, 88, 100. So he's 7 pips down before the roll. So he's 1 up. That's not great. He's still got 5 checkers on the mid. It should fill the gap, which he does. So what was it? 1 down. So he's now 4 up. I wouldn't do that, because then it would force the issue if he rolls a 6. Okay. That's an unusual play. So they keep rolling really badly. I think now Abdullah's 1 pip up before the roll. So he's very happy with the 5-3, but Harold comes back with a 6-2. This has just got that kind of very close race. They're copying each other's dice. But you never know when that's going to happen. Looks like it's going to be a winner. Okay. Would love a coffee. It doesn't feel like any breaks are coming. Oh, possibly yes. No? That's looked for so many seconds that Harold was about to get up. Didn't read the body language. The stream's kind of glitching. So Abdullah now takes another point, goes on to 6-4 to 13. He gets the first roll. He rolls 4-2, makes the 4 point. Harold rolls 4-1, splits and goes down to the 9. 2-1 is just going to do that, I think. Yeah, does two nice things. If I was going to point and probably play 23-13, don't want to give up the 8 when your opponent's made the 4 point.
Next round of
I wouldn't.
undefeated brackets will start at 4 p.m.
Don't take too much risk.
Undefeated brackets of both masters and
So it looks like he's going to get the right play. That's I would say the more difficult part of it.
in Masters
But
second
let's do that.
chance.
Good play. I like it. That's lovely. Makes the anchor, so fair's fair.
And in intermediate
I would like a little, I don't know, 4-1. So I had to give up the 9 point to do that, but I'm sure he's not just sort of having a check. I like the style there, just sort of checking stuff. 3 makes the full barrel without hesitation. Very quick, very fluent. And I think I don't like black structure. I'm going to be cubing. Yeah, he's going to do that. We knew he was. There could be some hideous numbers here. Anyway, okay, 6-4, I'm not cubing. 6-3, I'm just going to come out. I just think I'm going to come out there. I'd make it a little bit more difficult. Of course, I don't want to get hit with 5s and 4s, but let's try and play safe. Okay. Yeah. Okay, another 6. So he's no. He must be up in the race. Don't know why he's doing that. What? Is he not up? 70, 84, 96, 106, 124. He's got more to play, hasn't he? 89, 107, 117, 119. He's not up, but I thought he's got one more to play. Anyway, I wouldn't play this. I'll just come out. I don't understand. I didn't understand. Why? Can you put them back? Can you just go back to the start? No. So what's he going to move next? Okay, what? I thought he doubled there. Bizarre. What's he going to move next? What's Abdullah going to move next? So he's going to leave the anchor with a 6-5, but he's kind of, the race isn't, okay, now he has to, no, you're not going to do that. But okay, maybe he is, but still, he has to leave his checkers back, and the race is quite favourable for him because he didn't run with a 6. 111 for Blake. Okay, yeah, I'll just make the ace point, but still, the point stands about his 6. I didn't like it. I didn't love it. 4 just makes the 9. So this is like with his 2, there is a lot of value of bringing those 4 remaining checkers down, or 2 from the mid, because those are the checkers you want to move. I think Black's going to be cubing now. But we have to count the race again. 98 for Black, 44, 100. So he's only 2 pips up. But, you know, stranger things. I mean, probably isn't a double, but he's got lots of good numbers, and Red's got wastage. I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a tiny double. What's the score? 9 away, 7 away. I mean, just Red is so blocked. He's so blocked on that 22 point. He's never getting off that 22 point. So his race is like really, really limited by the fact that 6 is never going to be a winner. 5 is never going to be a winner. Black is not breaking the 9 point for a long, long time. So I love this thing, and I think I would cube this. There's really not much risk. Never going to turn around. Bakar can confirm. Okay. I think it would probably be a cube. 6-5 is really ugly. But if I knew I was going to roll 6-5, I would be just delighted I didn't cube. Thank you very much. Got Jason. Hope you don't mind me outing you there. Wait, okay. I thought I thought red had a 6-4. I was thinking, that's a nice roll. You can just play it, go all the way out. So I suppose he's not going to leave the check if he... So we're talking about black 6-4 here, and he's played the 6 already. So he's played 8-2. I don't see why you wouldn't just play 8-4. I see that if you play 8-4, you might not cover it because you're going to have to roll a 5 or a 1. I do like the style. I mean, I keep saying he's thinking. I can see that Abdullah hasn't really spent much time at all on. Maybe he hasn't had difficult plays, but you know. Although for me, I have to say that this 4 I wouldn't struggle with. I might get it wrong. I would just play 8-4, minimizing shots for one thing. Of course, if you leave it on the 8 point where it is at the moment, then you're leaving all 5s. So that would be 13 shots because 4-1 will hit as well. But if you bring it in, you're only going to leave 1s, which is 11 shots. But I really like this. If he's right and he's thought about it, he would have been hit anyway. So the only question is, if he finds, is it going to be a play on? Probably not. He's just going to play on. He's just going to play on, like, instantly. I wouldn't like to play on. There's so many numbers that don't. I'm leading 6-4. That's very interesting. Does he get to cover? He's going to have to. So he's going to have to play those 2 and come out. You can't leave that. That's why you had to. Oh, Harold keeps. No, I'm not with Harold there. He's pointing out something jokingly. What's he saying? That if he had 5 4s, you'd be able to cover? Well, yeah. Anyway, so this is one of the reasons why you shouldn't play on there. And now he's not seen the importance of. Yeah, you can't leave a direct shot. You have to cover and minimize shots. And now it probably is. Now it probably still isn't a play on. Okay, so I see what it's weird. So what he probably was kind of playing on there, but when he rolled the double 4, he got scared. And sort of shit. I should have doubled, and then he doubled. I'm pretty sure that that's what was what was happening there, and it makes sense. It makes sense. I get it. It really does make sense to me as a human living in these times, in this world, not in the other worlds. So there's not going to be a break. 6-1 makes the bar. Okay, he's done that before. He's made the bar before. Double 3 up and down, perfect. Takes the advantage. 40, he's just going to play 30. I loves playing 37, but I wouldn't. I might. I just played 24-18 there, I think. It's a third roll. I should know that one. 5-2. I feel that it could be slotting the 4 point. I am going to slot the 4 point. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. Not when you can. You've got the advantage. Oh, 4-3, very quick. Just makes the 3 point. Yeah, this is where it costs you. So what are you going to do with this 4-1? This is nasty. Some senses you want to play 6-2, 6-5. He sees that. You've got to kind of unstack. I don't know what to play here. I have no confidence. I would play 6-2, 6-5. Would I? Would I not play 13-8? No. I'm ruling this out. If someone can check this for me, definitely ruling that play out. Voluntarily putting 7 checkers. Is it 7? 6. 7 checkers on the. Okay, all right, fine. Double one, and then just scooch. No. You come up to the 20 with the last two. Like you're winning in the front position. You're not trying to get contact as well. So the anchor on the 21 point would be better for Black if he needed the contact, but he's winning a forward game, so he doesn't need the contact. The increased contact. So the anchor should be upgraded, or the upgrade of the anchor is to the 20 point, not staying back on the 21 point. And in the background, we see Christian Kuljat, very strong Croatian player. Okay. So he does go for that play. It probably isn't that bad. Difficult play. 3-4. Probably just played 24, 21, 6-2. Very ugly. Have to do this. No other play keeps the checkers, keeps the structure. Okay, that was one of them, but that rips a very useful spare off the 8 points, so I don't like that. 6-3 just makes the 2. Okay, I think he should have thought, I didn't myself, he probably should have stopped and thought about cubing there. Fine. Let's see whether or not, okay, so he rolled a good number and I didn't roll a fantastic number. This is definitely a cube. But I don't think Abdullah's a passer, so maybe there's logic to just takes. Probably, fine, probably. I'd have to take another look at it, but you can definitely lose 4 points. Abdullah's got a horrible structure. 3-1. Okay, he's not automatically hitting, which is surprising. Yeah, legitimately worried about the blot on the 3. Oh my God, banning there. Yeah, you got to just cover. You could come out and play 3-2-1 and be disgusting. Disgusting play. Okay, you've got to do that. I know it does give up a valuable 8 point, but yeah. Okay, so Harold's still got a decent advantage. 3-2 just comes up the 20 point. Again, he takes his time. It's Bakar slot to 5 and 2, but slot to 5 and 2. I'm trying to remember. Double one, massive. I like the way Harold takes his time. A lot of players just feel compelled to play quickly, and I think I can be one of them sometimes, but you can just take your time. No need to double one badly, bad roll. 3-6 comes out. So now Harold's back as favourite. Of course, she's going to hit. This would be like a major blunder. So he was bad. I don't know how to say this, and I don't mean this. I felt that he's been playing really well, but he was always bound to make. I've kind of played Abdullah before, and I can see his style, and I think he was always susceptible to make a major blunder, and that's his first one. I mean, someone can check that, but I assume that's a huge mistake not to hit there. 6-3 can just make the 10 point. I'm not sure what he would be thinking as alternatives here, because yeah. Interestingly, if he rolls a 9, it might even be a smaller blunder not to hit from the 21 point with the 9 than the blunder he made by not hitting with a 3-1. 2-1. Can just play 5-2. Yeah. It's not fair. I don't know. Maybe my automatic play would be 10-8, but maybe you do play 8-6, blocking the larger numbers. Yeah, maybe you do. You're kind of behind in the race. What are you hoping for? But you can't remake the 8, not on this go at least, unless you give up the 10. This is what I would do. So another 3-1. This time he'll hit. So Harold's not done much wrong, I don't think. And Abdullah's done a little bit wrong. He's been a little bit naughty. 6-3, just get out of there. And there's going to be recue considerations. I mean, theoretically, at least. This looks interesting. So he's duplicating 3s. Double 4, does that hit? 3-6. I think you just, if you come out with the front one, it's a little bit dangerous. Can you play 10-4? Oh, I don't know this one. This I just don't know. Maybe you can play 10-4. So this leaves 4s, 2s, and 9s, but it looks wrong. Usually you wouldn't want to stay there and leave another block. Oh, what did he roll? 5-3. Let me just get my yeah. So is there anything else? Just make the 8 point. Okay, yeah, maybe this is better. Get them closer. I got a bit confused and get the start lodged in my head. 3 doesn't hit, so I suppose he's just going to play down to the 7 point. And recubes are coming, so if he gets missed, definitely going to do that. That's a great thing to do. Make the stepping stone bar. If he gets missed, I don't know. Like, how can you even take this as black? Chances are he'll just roll. Yeah, we know he will. You feel awful as I have to say, you're a strong player, and you're sitting, and your opponent doesn't redouble, and he rolls boxes, and you know he's just going to play on. He doesn't have any cube decisions, and he's just going to like gammon you when he should have recubed, and you could have passed. That's a bummer. It's a real bummer. Okay, but he should recube now. I don't even know he's going to recube now. So double 4 now changes it, swings it again. So he can't play on here. Too many shots. I think leaving 7-4, leading. Maybe if it was 4-all, I would play on. So yeah, there's always the score is always a thing in theory. So he's not going to cube. He didn't cube that one. He's not going to cube this. He's just going to roll. But he could protect himself. Okay, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. Again, got to double this to make sure that he doesn't lose out if he rolls 6-1, 5-1, 4-1, 3-1. Okay, he does. So that's a good recube. Definitely a good recube. Important. Harold's not going to take a break here. He's fed up. He is or not? The 8 was much better. So 9-4, this is like by no means, I mean, this reminds me of watching the US Masters the other day, and Rory McIlroy was leading by 6 shots, and the commentators were like, this is by no means finished. And they were actually right in the end, but only because he collapsed. But this is by no means finished, leading 9-4. People overstate the excitement factor, but this is like easily surmountable by Harald. Or is it Harald? Harald. Harald. Okay, so double hit. Four-two just comes in with one. So you don't want this type of blitzing game leading 9-4. I can assure you of that. You don't really want to be doubling until you're close to a pass. So this would be a big mistake to cube. Probably still, I don't mind not hitting, but I probably would. And again, the reason why you don't want to hit is because you don't want to get hit back when you're leading 9-4. Anyway, he's kind of pleased he didn't hit because double five would have made the 20 point. And probably, I don't know what he would have done with the other two actually, whether he would have made the 3 or the 1. But anyway, so he should again, like the thing. This is not an easy play, I don't think. You could make the 3 and hit loose. Problem with making the 1 is that you leave yourself with fewer checkers on the 6 point than you have on the 8. So your distribution is a bit wonky. So you could solve that distribution problem by playing 2 off the 8 point and hitting loose. Or you could just like not hit, but I think that would be a bit bonkers. One. So if you make the 3 point, your fourth, your last 5 is a problem. You probably have to make the hit loose on the ace. So this now putting 5 on the upside of this is obviously you don't leave a direct shot. So this anchors quite happily. 6-4 is going to hit, but which one? Probably the closest one. I mean, definitely the closest one. I don't see why you wouldn't hit that one. Garal. Rosk says Garal. Garal. Of course, the great Yakovchuk. But I don't know why you're mentioning him here. 2-6 going to hit back. Okay, so you're very happy, especially after the fan. And now you've got some momentum. You can make the 5 point with 6-3, 6-2. There we go. 5-1 fans. Oh, so you want to come out with the back checker. You know, if you roll 4-1, you play 23-18. That's what you're already. If you roll 4-2. Yeah. So very fluent, lovely play. Yeah, I don't think you could have come up with a 2, but then if you get hit on the 9 point, you still have returns. Okay. So I guess you leave fewer numbers when you come down to the 11 with 2. Okay, so this is like cubable at any score, but probably not at this score. Why is he doing that? Yeah, interesting. He weirdly did that before. I'm not sure whether it could have come out. Probably not. Okay, this is just whatever, huge pass, even at this score. I probably would have actually, no, when I say huge pass, no, I probably would play on. 6-3 good play. He was unlucky not to cover, of course, at any 5s and 4s. I think he had like 24, 26 numbers. So this is a massive play on. There's no doubt about this. This is very, of course, I know it sounds like a bit obvious, but it's so one-sided. You can see it. It's if you would just look at the score after, you don't get a sense of how one-sided it is. It's only when you actually watch the match. You always want to come out. I like that play. So you get your checkers free. So you're never going to crunch. 2-1, you can play 11 to 8. So you give yourself double 3 and double 6 to close the board. Double 5 and double 4 are okay. Aaron finds it's all very amusing. So he's going to make the 6 pro. Oh no, he's not. Okay, good. He didn't. I thought he was going to do it. Should definitely play 18-10. So this is an example. I mean, you could get bills, but what? Okay, you could do that. But now double 4 is awkward. Assuming he's going to play 18-16. Okay, now double 3 is awkward. So it's just not necessary to do this. In fact, I find it a little bit annoying. Double 1, okay. I wonder whether or not he did actually have a play on the first time. He could have just could have cubed him out. But I suppose 4 away. 3-2. 2-1. But it was 3-2. Really, I think that you need to play at least, how long the matches need to be? Maybe 51-point matches to make sure luck isn't a ridiculously large factor. Of how long would a 51-point match take? You just play like all day. You play a 51-point match. You make tournaments last 3 or 4 weeks. I don't see what the problem with that is. You make sure the best player wins. You have a penalty for well, actually, you wouldn't have to even have PR as a thing with a 51-point match. Okay, why is he rolling? Is the backgammon possible? I suppose, yes. Chalk him up. All right. Can he stop rolling such good numbers? 3-2, splitting down. 4-1 hits and comes up. Not immediately playing. It's interesting. Interesting. I think he does know this. Is that? No, he doesn't. Okay. That's actually reasonable at this score. It certainly is. 6-1's gonna make it 5. 6-2 just comes out. I'm not going to give him credit for the 4-1. If he does something fancy, if he hits now, even if he plays 13-11, so the 4-1 had sense because he's leading 11-4. It doesn't leave shots. Okay, cube, nice. Didn't spot it. 4-3 hits and makes the anchor. A6 just comes out, I think. I mean, yeah, there is danger, but if it succeeds, for example, if you get a return shot and you hit it, okay, so that is 2. 6-2 hit. I would play 13-11. He's going to. It is a little bit loose, but I think you need the builder. If Harold comes in with a 5, you need the builder on the 11 point to be able to hit your opponent. 6-5 is just going to make the 10 point, I think. I just plays 21-10. I don't think I would make the 18 point, but I do get these wrong a lot. Make it too easy for. Yeah. It's 2, not quite. I think you just have to make the 11. I don't see a safe play. And play it to 2. Nice play. So you limit the damage, hopefully, to just being hit on the 2 point, and you gain kind of a stodgy but workable structure. 4-1 is that Abdullah, so you should just. Oh, you can't. You'd like to be on the bar. What else can he do? He could make the 2 and slot the 5. Hold on. If he hits, I think I would make the 2 and slot the 5. I don't think I would make the bar. Making the bar it's got to be. I mean, it does good things. Maybe. But if you make the 2 and slot the 5, then you get to keep the structure. If you make the bar, you give up the 11 point. And you leave 2 blots. Oh, well, yeah, this is the play that we were looking for the whole time. We didn't see it. What are we doing? This is the play. Of course, if you've got to be an idiot not to make this play. You got to be what is this? 3-5? 3-6 he would have played more quickly. And 3-4 could be 4-3. So either 6-3 or 10-7. Not sure which one. It's what? 3-1 like this. Okay, no, I think I would make the ace. I liked his first idea. Okay, that's going to point. Okay, he's just holding a 2 cube. It's living the life of Riley. Just bring it home. Little 5-1. Okay, that's 2 down. Just going to let your opponent make the 1 point, maybe? Actually, maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you wouldn't. So the last one is 13-9. Yeah. Nothing else. There's no safe play anyway, apart from 6-3, which is ridiculous. Harold's only got a 3-point board. Level 2 makes the 3. So you've got some awkward numbers here, but you've got some good ones. Like all the time. No, you can't do that. So this isn't ideal. So yeah, you've made a 5 prime, but you've got your other 4 checkers are a bit too far advanced and not connected to the front of the prime. But you're not going to complain about 6-5, only leaving 4-3, 5-3, and 5-2. Can he do? He did it! He did it! He did it! He did it. Okay, it's double two. Hits right back, but leaves one. Has to leave double five, 5-6, and 4-6. Shame that the cube isn't still centered. This be interesting. But Abdullah can sit pretty. I mean, if he gets gammon, he gets gammoned. But okay, 5-2 he's going to be happy with. Now you duplicate the 5, I suppose, but then you have to. Not ideal. But then did you want to get hit? Did you mind getting hit with the 6? That was a bit quick. I would have thought about that. Harold's play there. Okay, gets to make the second anchor. Of course, Abdullah's really happy now after what just happened. Massive roll 6-3. And Harold's got questionable timing. 6-3 just comes out from the front. No, I don't know. I don't think so. Well, you might crack now. I don't think so. Wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But wow, what a player. Okay. I'd have been pointed, I'd have lost the match. What a swing. Maybe he was right. I mean, maybe that's an obvious play that I just would have got completely wrong. Excellent. Don't have to do that. Don't have to do that. In fact, I don't think I would. Really? Gets it back. I don't know. I didn't have a chance to conclude on that. I don't know. It didn't seem like the thing that you need to do. Anyway. This is very tricky. So I don't think you need to get another one back. All you need to do is not get double hit. So maybe you just try and put your checkers in places where they don't get double hit. So now 2-3, 2-4 are going to double hit. Could you reduce that damage? It's probably going to roll a 4 now. But again, I think I just play safe. Play 21-20. So a few ideas, or maybe 2, getting more covers. If you're not going to, well, 1, you could pick the blot up, but I don't think you want to do that. I don't think you want to leave double hits, although it's probably, you do in some sense win more gammons. So I would just play safe. You could just bring that and lead. So now 4-2 is the only, 4-2 and double 2 are the only double hitters. But I think I would have just eliminated the double hits completely. And what a swing. I mean, if he gammons him, bringing a match home, hardest thing ever. If you achieve it, often feels like a sort of a mirage. Hardest thing ever. You can't just hit with that 4-2. I wonder if it was right. Any ideas, any thoughts in the chat? Just played 8-2, leaving 3 checkers on the 8 point and 2 on the 7. If they take a break, I wonder if, I know I can't, I haven't got control of the stream, but 4 checkers out there, he should still be okay, I'll say, to just, well, if he comes in now, well, like 50-50 for the G. Okay, that's a fan. But he can still save it. I mean, it wasn't, 5-1 is now, it's going to be difficult. Play 8-7. Oh, what? Double two. See, there's always a backdoor, always savable. Just needs a long crossover. That's not enough. He needed 6-1, basically. Or he was going to roll again. But he's still going to save it. Perhaps. Double four doesn't save it. But double three does. What a... Oh, my God. Double four doesn't save it. Don't put up 11-6. Surely that's not a save. That doesn't save it, mate. That don't save it. That's not fair. Could he have done anything else with his checkers? Maybe he'd have saved it if he'd played 8-2. Can we have a break? I'm getting a bit... These guys don't break. Abdullah definitely doesn't want to break, but Harold doesn't want to break. Hard. It's like basically almost 50-50 now. It's almost... So we got 5-2. 2-1 plays 13-11, 24-23. At every score. What's going on? Just having a think. Why was that suddenly? Where did that come from? I don't see the 6-5. Okay. No, I think he was right. I think I just run with the... I love running with the front one. I've got to say I do, but I would run with the back one. 4-2, just happy to make the 5. Okay, so he got away with it. He got away with it. What? It's glitching a little bit. Okay, you got some decisions to make. These are really difficult. Do you make the 21 point or just split to it? I think, very brief look, you split to it. You don't make it. Make it too easy for him to come out. If you're up in the race, you just plays the 18. So I know he's counting the race, but I don't think he is up in the race. 52, 36, 88, 21, 12, 146, 78, 102, 132. He's 2 pips down after. So yeah, I favour this. You've got to make it difficult when you're trailing 5 away, 2 away. Oh my God, you hate to see that. That's hard. And you don't really want to stay there, because if you do, you put your checkers in horrible places. So unless something funny is going on here, I just play to the 10 point and then play either 8-3 or 13-8. I know 8-3 puts it in funny place, but... Or just play 10-5. I didn't see that. In fact, I prefer 10-5. 5-4, I prefer 13-9, I think. Don't know why he did that. So do you think he has a sense of playing safe? Because, like, you look at it with the 3-1 where he didn't hit the last time. What else shows that he knows about playing safe? Talking about Abdullah here. 6-2. Anyway, makes a 2 point. That's what you get for putting a checker on the 4 point. You can make the 2 point, but structure is a little bit dodgy. Yeah, I would think about cubing, as ridiculous as it looks. I mean, you're behind. It probably isn't a cube, but 50, 26, 50, 66. He's black is 106, 117. Red is 117. So what are we thinking of here? Can we win gammons? I think this could be a cube, actually. But I think even though Abdullah understands playing safe and he is tightening up, I think you want to give him an opportunity to take something that's a bit dodgy. So I probably wouldn't double that against him. 4-1. 6-1. What did he do? Could he have just come out with the 6? He would have been pointed on. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so Black, I mean, he wouldn't have regretted cubing that, don't think. I mean, he's trailing 8-11. You don't want to give that extra point that makes difference between being at Crawford. So what I mean is Abdullah just wins the game, goes on and no one cubes, he's going to be Crawford 8. And if Harold had cubed, then it would be the difference to Abdullah between being at Crawford and winning the match. You don't want just to give your opponent that 3 point. But having said that, how good is it to be 5-1 down Crawford? And now I think, is that not a market loss? Maybe, maybe not. 42 to 79, 53, 65 centuries, and 83, 85. No, nowhere near. So he's only 6 pips up before the roll. So now he's 2 pips up. Now he's 10 pips up. Now he's 1 down. He's 7 up. I mean, kind of what Abdullah really wants is for, well, it doesn't make sense to say this, but one of the things he might really want is for Harold to get into a kind of a cue ball position. And it will be a very easy take for Abdullah. Like, Abdullah's take point's really low here because you can just win the match on a 2 cube without much risk. But it doesn't look very good for him now. Unless he rolls well, even this position, okay, that's going to be enough. I assume I would stop and think about this. 42 minus 4 is 38. Okay, now nothing, because he's caught up. Maybe Harold just doesn't want to give him the opportunity of winning the match. He's just like, okay, you know, it's an easy take. He'll just take and he'll get lucky. I don't want to let him do that. I mean, you can tend to think funny things. But Black's looking pretty good, even though I've just said, okay, 5-4's probably going to be enough to hold off the cube. I mean, the take point is so low, but Black's only got 6 checkers. If Abdullah rolls a 2-1 here, or a 3-1, or 4-3, in fact, this is just a cube. So the take point is like 17 something. I always forget. 17 point. So a 3-roll position, you'd have 21. So is this actually a cube? So yeah, Harold was right to hold off until now. I think I would cube this because you can just lose your market. And this is kind of what I was talking about. This is what Abdullah wanted. He just wanted to be able to take a cube. He's going to have double 2 or above just to win the match. And when you're sitting there as Harold, okay, you're not going to be happy, but I think you had to. It's a funny game because you had to double as Harold there to just because you were such a big favourite, basically. But you always knew that your opponent was going to take. Okay, we come all the way to here. How will they change their? Will they slow down? Will they do anything like a bit too conservative? So 6-3, probably still right to hit. And I think even at this score, leading 2 away, 3 away, 5-2 is very happy to come in and make the 11 point. But you do have to play safe at this score massively as Abdullah. In theory, everything's theoretical. Two-one is nasty. Two-one, I don't know, perhaps so. how to play this. There's a lot of problems with any of the potential plays. Like maybe 13-10 is the right play, but the problem is you leave another blot. Is he thinking about slotting? I'm starting to think he is. I couldn't swear that slotting is wrong, but he does play 13-10. 6-1, he's just going to hit and split. Or at this score, just making the bar, possibly. Letting your opponent have their full roll. Not what you want, but or maybe you have to do it. Maybe you have to just let them have it. 6-3 makes the 5. Okay, I think he's seen making the 5, but I think he's before with the 2-1, he wanted to get off the 5. But this is my read. He wanted to get off the 20 point with the 2-1. He couldn't. And now he sees he can do it with a 6-1. He's immediately got off. And that's got to be a bit of a boo-boo. I would come up to the 22 with the last one. Abdullah's in a really great position off that double one. Obviously, 5-4 might just have to play safe. I don't know. Doesn't have a problem with stacking 20 checkers on a point. Okay, this is like just a weird double. He might pass. I don't know, but 2 away, 3 away can almost never be a double in this type of position where you're killing your gammon. This is just an anti-double. This just breaks all the rules of doubling. He's just going to pass. I mean, it was like I could see he was going to pass. I don't think that's a I just think it's not a double. But someone can check that for me. Obviously, elements are too good in it for Abdullah. No reason, I don't see why you would want to double that and not just try and win a gammon at no risk. Unless I'm really underestimating his winning chances. But he had men back and all sorts of things could have gone wrong. Yeah, so I love the way that Harold has played. I just don't like that he passed that. I thought he would. I don't know, even if Abdullah knew that Harold was going to pass, I don't know if I would have doubled. If someone could put that through, I'd be very interested. Of course, I could be wrong. You can get to positions at 2-away, 3-away where the take point is 25%, so it's not that low. It can be a pass, but nah. I guess at the very least, I would have taken a bit more time. So if you're bluffing as Abdullah, fine, but I would have taken more time as Harold, unless he was absolutely, maybe he was just sure. Okay, so anyway, it's Crawford. He's going to make the 5. Not sure, even if the rate... okay, so now he's starting to think about things that don't need to be... He's counting. But now I'm going to take back. There is some gain to not leaving a checker because then you get hit and you don't get hit. No one would make the 10-point here. 76, 138 minus 4 is 134. 61, 83, 99, 106, 130, 140. Yeah, I don't mind making the temp. I don't know. I suppose getting hit wasn't fatal for Harold because Abdullah only had a 2-point board. Now they've slowed down. Okay, finished. Actually, not finished. Semi-finished. He's going to count. It's kind of finished. 65 to 81, 40, 129, -6. Borderline pass. It was a pass. And the double decision was interesting. I don't understand if you can be pushing up your equity there at 2-away, 3-away by doubling very much when you win gammons. I find it very confusing though. Double one. No, just bring him in. Just bring him in. What's he doing? Why is he suddenly why is it suddenly delicacy play on this double one? Well, people always do this. He's like been playing super fast. But, you know, okay, he's changed his whole kind of flow here. He's kind of gone slow and he's trying to roll big numbers, bring the 2 in. I think he feels something's going to go wrong. The race is too close to feel that it's won as red. 112, that's 104, 22, 104 after the roll, 22, 48, 78, 98, 102. Yeah, the race is too close. So Abdullah's only 2 pips up. He's labouring it now. He feels it. 6-3. It was a double 3. For what it's worth, I would bring 2 checkers into the 4-point. So he didn't take too much time on that one, and I believe he made a small error. Although he took a lot of time on the double one. He took a lot of time on the double one, but I don't think that's apparent gain. But there you go. Gotta criticise something here. Come on. Come on. But he's concerned. You can feel the concern. Because if you lose this game, it's a coin toss, mate. And it doesn't look very good for either side. Neither one is confident. He doesn't feel comfortable. He's not getting the rolls he wants. He doesn't know how to roll. I know that feeling. However you roll, it's going to be bad. You know it. Don't mind his 5-4 there. I feel it. I feel Abdullah's. He's going to it's like going to be a 3-2 or a 4-2, maximum of 4-3. Very, very largest dice he could possibly roll here. And I will guarantee it, are a 4-3. And I'm going to say, is he rolled okay. They're checking each other's. That was not meant to happen. For basically a massive 6-4, massive. Because it gives you confidence that you can, he's checking each other, checking. It's really changed a kind of, Abdullah was like, okay, I'm going to win this match easily. And now he's feeling, I don't feel confident anymore. 5-2 is good enough. It's really good enough. It's almost symmetrical. Apart from those 2 extra checkers. Yep, is back. He's going to lose this game. This is absolutely 100% certain. Absolutely 100% certain. Can't do anything. Look, there you go. However he rolls, he can do anything he likes with a dice cup. He can put it up as, he can do anything. It's just going to be, that it's going to be a poor Oh, well, but wait, hold on. How many checkers has he got? Why has he got a million checkers suddenly on the? Where did they come from? This is the most laborious bear off I've ever seen. Okay, so it keeps going. I don't understand. Sometimes there are 20 checkers in Black's home board, and sometimes there are like 4. Okay, so this is very close still. Little 2-1. Yeah, I didn't say, I should have said. This could be a slightly highish number. Okay, now it's Abdullah, you're feeling pretty confident, but you know something's going to go wrong. What do you play 5-2 or 6-3 here? Do you play 5-2? Maybe 5-2 is good. Because now you've still got 3 checkers on the 5 point. Oh, you're feeling good with the 5-2. You're feeling good. You think you've won it now? Maybe. You think 3-2 is still okay. Don't think he has to. No, I don't think you have to do 6-4. Please don't. Thank you. Both players are struggling. There's Burak in the background. I think you're going to have to. It's hard. 6-4, massive. But he rolled a 6-4. The other guy rolled a 6-4. Oh my God. So technically, white is red is a favorite, but technically counts for nothing. I don't know about that, probably. Well, he's glad he did it. That's it. It's all over. Okay. Thank you for watching. I might be back if I'm invited back. Probably not, but you know. See you guys later. So Abdullah plays. I think he plays Mislav or a Georgian fellow in the 3rd round. All right. Bye, guys.
I can send you a link to the thing.